quiet for you?
Yeah, definitely.
What about the goalkeeper?
Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of England versus Ivory Coast in the last international friendly of this international break for the Premier League gets back on Saturday.
You can now pick it. I think you look at the right back position.
So it'll be interesting to see what you guys think.
Good.
It'll be really interesting, but it'll be an interesting game.
Look how blessed we are. Trent, Kyle Walker.
England versus Ivory Coast.
We hear a lot about those more versatile players going to major tournaments. Could that actually work in Ben White's favour?
Yes,
and he can be accomplished there.
But we've got Anamis Trippier there, 4 right backs. That he can't take 4 right backs. Impossible. So he's going to have to cut that down. But Ben White, if you do, you take 2. If one of them gets injured, he can possibly play there. Will he play right of a 3?
That's what I mean. He could easily play 3 centre halves.
Centre halves, yeah.
He could easily do that, depending on obviously the opposition you're playing against.
Don't want to know hot dogs, folks.
Classic France this year. And obviously when you're on the
Players are just in the tunnel. We are now just waiting for the players to walk out onto the field.
Very good player tonight in corner. Get it, whatever corner or Max Gray, be one of the 2. But he'll be tested 1v1.
Will it be completely different? Yeah. You know, it's like Colo, centre halves. We don't want to get. Ben White's a little bit different to myself. Colo probably not. Oh, maybe yourself as well. When you get dragged into them kind of positions, it's different, especially
Colo dragged himself into those positions. You've heard us talking about all these possible problems or solutions that Gareth Southgate has, Colo, but how do you view the England squad and the options that Gareth Southgate has right now?
Gareth have fantastic players with him, you know, and you can see this is really the second team really of England here, and but the talent's still there, and these are players who want to prove the point, and they will give.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
It's up for every player in each position, because those young players will fight to go in the World Cup defender.
It's a really nice moment as well. Oh, I think we're ready now. I think we'll be waiting for Serge Aurier, perhaps. It's a really nice moment for Raheem Sterling as well, isn't it? Leading England out tonight for the 3rd time. He does it here tonight against Wembley. At Wembley against Ivory Coast.
Here we go, England versus Ivory Coast, folks.
Alan Smith and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, David. Evening, everyone. England with a handy winning habit as they showed here on Saturday evening. Some key elements missing. They squeezed past fellow European World Cup qualifier Switzerland. The previous evening, Ivory Coast gave the reigning world champions France a proper game before losing 2-1 in added time down in Marseille. Gareth Southgate's message to his players, really, he wants to give them the chance to show the best versions of themselves. The national anthems.
Here we go, national anthems, folks. Come on, boys! God save our Queen. Save our Victoria. Happy and warrior. Oh, to reign over us. God save
support of Ukraine humanitarian appeal.
Here we go. Let's give you the lineups today. There you go. You got Pope, White, Mings, Maguire, Mitchell, Bellingham, Rice, Ward-Prowse, Grealish, Watkins and Sterling for England. And then the one on the right is the Ivory Coast team that will be starting against England today. That's your both teams for Ivory Coast versus England tonight.
Well, his wish to see almost all of his squad in action has dictated the Southgate selection this evening. Only Ben White played 90 minutes on Saturday and he only started because John Stones did not survive the warm-up. It's Nick Pope's first cap for a year in goal. Tyrick Mitchell, after his debut as a substitute against Switzerland, he's in the 11, as is Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins. It's his first start for his country. And the return for regulars, Declan Rice, Raheem Sterling and Harry Maguire, who will be particularly under the microscope this evening. Eric Lambrechts from Belgium is tonight's referee. There is VAR. And remember, it was a review on a handball that produced the winning penalty for England here on Saturday.
Go on, England! Go on, England! Go on, England!
Serge Aurier, typical of this Ivory Coast lineup, so many connections with English football, though no Wilfried Zaha, sadly. Eric Bailly of Manchester United, the left-back, Hassan Kamara joined Watford in January. Arsenal's Nicola Pepe is there. Maxwell Cornet, Burnley, Jean-Michel Seri is back with Fulham. Sebastian Haller, ex-West Ham. Familiar with England? They take on England, and it's live.
Go on, England!
Emil Smith-Rowe has got himself back into contention, having
Mount on the bench.
The first international against Switzerland with a minor injury. He might have half an hour in him, we're told, later on this evening.
Yeah, a lot of talk surrounding Harry Maguire. But as we saw in September against Hungary when he did score, this can be a release to the international stage for any player.
And England taking a knee, as did the Ivory Coast players as well. A little too eager after that to set the ball rolling. Kickoff take two.
Game is on the way.
Captain Raheem Sterling.
England versus Ivory Coast.
Rather damp, chilly, supposedly spring evening at
So
Wembley.
guys, get your votes in the chat. Who you think is going to win, England or Ivory Coast? Put your question in the chat. Let's go and get some questions in.
6 Nation League games in between. Results will matter. Of course they matter tonight, but not quite as significantly as what lies ahead.
No, it just feels like there's a bit more of an occasion feel to it, more of an edge to the game, whether it's the lights, I don't know. At times it was a bit passive against Switzerland.
England! 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 England!
Here, Watkins. He's been a substitute for his country 5 times. He wasn't in this original group, as Gareth Southgate was saying before the game. So just to be involved with something special.
Guys, get your questions in the chat.
Bonus.
I'll answer as many questions as I can. Let's get some questions in, get a conversation going. It's England versus Ivory Coast. Let's see how the game goes. Do you guys think Ivory Coast are going to win? Do you guys think England are going to win? Let me know and I will keep you involved in other results
Big chance for him, isn't it? With,
around the country. Not country, around the
backup position
around the world for results, because there's some games played at the moment, and at the moment the game's just started, folks.
Revolution at Watford.
So, if you guys want to shout out, put your things in the chat, and I'll shout you out. We have got some games to keep you eye on today. We've got Portugal versus North Macedonia, and Poland versus England, and a couple of World Cup qualified within the CAFCON to keep you an eye on as well. So at the moment in CAFCON, at the moment it is Senegal 1, Egypt 0, Ivory Coast, Nigeria 1, Ghana 1. Then later on you've got Algeria versus Cameroon, Morocco versus the DR Congo, and Malawi versus Tunisia. In the World Cup qualifying within the Asia group, it was Iran 2, Lebanon 0, Syria 1, Iraq 1, United Arab Emirates 1, South Korea 0. In Group B, it was Japan 1, Vietnam 1, Oman 2, China 0, and its half-time at the moment is Australia 0, Saudi Arabia 0. And then in League 2, at the moment we have Hartlepool 0, Mansfield 0, Oldham 0, Leyton Orient 0, Rochdale 0, Carlisle 0, and Salford 0, Crawley 0.
Not quite the atmosphere that we had here on Saturday. A smaller crowd, but still a very good turnout for a Tuesday evening.
Let's see what other results were. I'll do some of the full-time results for you guys. It was Azerbaijan 0, Latvia 1, Croatia 2, Bulgaria 1, Liechtenstein 0, Faroe Islands 1, Albania 0, Georgia 0, Bahrain 0, Belarus 1, Denmark 3, Serbia 0. Did we have a homecoming? And it happened. It happened, folks. Christian Eriksen scored on his first game back at home for Denmark since his tragic incident in the summer. Finland 0, Slovakia 2, Switzerland 1, Kosovo 1. At the moment, some results I played at the moment is Malta 2, Kuwait 0, and it finished Armenia 0, Norway 9. It's Scotland 0, Austria 0, Belgium 0, Burkina Faso 0, Bosnia 0, Luxembourg 0, go on England, oh! Ireland 0, Lithuania 0, Germany 0, Holland 0, Northern Ireland 0, Hungary 0, Spain 0, Iceland 0, and it's Turkey 1, Italy 0. Turkey are 1-0 down to Italy, are 1-0 up against Italy. And it's Wales 0, Czech Republic 0, and at 50 minutes past 8, it'll be South Africa's away game against France.
You don't want to be caught.
So far,
That's great. Well, moved to England from Paris 2004 now, went to Lewisham College in South London.
so guys, put your questions in the chat. Let's get chatting. It's England 0, Ivory Coast 0.
Badra Ali, that's the first choice goalkeeper.
So far, let's get some stuff going. Vote in the chat. We've got 5 votes here. Do you think it's going to win England at 100%? Ivory Coast 0, and on 0% for a draw, and 0% for Ivory Coast. So,
It's been difficult to get that kind of experience.
guys, if you want to ask me any questions, go right ahead. Put anything in the chat. I'm happy to answer anything you guys put in front of me.
All coaches, I think.
Ivory Coast are on the ball at the moment. Just get your stuff on the ball.
He's really reinvented himself with Ajax.
England 0, Ivory Coast 0. If you guys want to ask what's it live on, I'll happily answer your questions. Grealish is on the ball. Sterling on the ball. Now it's to Ben White.
Here he is. Stand up across.
Ball's crossed in. Oh, is that a foul? No. And Ivory Coast have the ball, but it's been won back by Declan Rice.
This is Rice.
Declan Rice has a shot, and it's deflected, and it's gone towards Ollie Watkins, but he couldn't get the hand on the ball.
Yeah, really.
And it's a throw in to England.
Players in the box.
7 minutes played, 0-0. I will be keeping you guys on results.
But he wants to score more goals. Will come up in the conversation.
Guys,
Well, he is making more forward runs now.
you got into the 10th. You got into the 10th
For West Ham.
minute of the game to get your vote in. Who you think is going to win, England or Ivory Coast? Sterling's holding his hamstring. It's not good. Raheem Sterling's holding his hammy.
Muscular, doesn't it?
Hasn't been the easiest.
Doesn't, and it is. Rochdale 1, Carlisle 0 in League
Preferred
2.
formations. He lost like the likes of Bukayo Saka, would have started here on Saturday. Now Raheem Sterling, who did come on as a substitute against Switzerland after his visit to the Caribbean
So,
last week.
we're just waiting to see if Sterling's going to be able to continue.
The squad's got the
You have
captaincy.
got to the 10th minute to vote on who you think is going to win, England or Ivory Coast.
Hasn't looked too bad.
There will be another poll going straight out after this one to keep you guys
He was just saying,
ticking.
checking
If
out
you guys
the-
at the stream, hit the like button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Is Sterling going to be able to continue? We'll have to wait and see. I think he'll be able to continue, I think.
Throw.
Was a throw into England? Is that a free kick to England? No. Referee says play on.
Watkins, it's back with Rice. Tyron Mitchell, what a move up the ladder for him. Now he's moving up the left wing.
Yeah, it's good for him to get a touch of the ball. A feeling
England are on the ball at the moment. Just pass the ball around.
Ahead of his full debut.
Maguire. He's having to deal with the spotlight that shines on the senior England defender and the captain of a club like Manchester United. This comes Deli. It's in for Willy Bolly, who was blamed for the France equaliser from our old pal Olivier Giroud. Typical Giroud header.
So,
Bolly lost him, and Deli's in place of the Wolves man tonight. Both the France goals in fact were headers. Something maybe that England have noted. Mitchell. Grealish.
is that a free kick to England? That should be a free kick. Greaves got fouled off the ball left. It's foot.
Bit of a late one by Bailly.
We'll put another poll on.
In his, early 10 minutes. We've been hearing from the fellow too, a huge amount of
Free kick to England, foul on Sterling.
For the Ivory Coast.
He's up against a determined character, Sterling, in Kamara, the Watford left back. I saw him the other week against Arsenal. He had a tough time up against Saka and Odegaard, but he didn't give up. He does like a tackle. Clear foul.
And this is for you guys who
Sign from Nice. To look to strengthen the relegation fight. Ward-Prowse.
Here we go, ball goes in by Ward-Prowse. Header by Mings, and it's a corner to England.
Maguire.
Corner to England, folks.
Surprisingly, the beauty of a free kick, this Tyron Mings nearly getting his head to it. Right on the money, that.
Ward-Prowse's next job is to take the corner. Crowding the goalkeeper. who's,
Oh, the Ivory Coast keeper gets his gloves to the ball from the corner.
Keeper who plays in the second tier of football in South Africa. Pretoria-based club. Seen too much of Nicola Pepe. That has been an excellent form for his country.
Here comes England. Oh!
Presented with the chance.
That's for you guys to vote who you support, Ivory Coast or England.
It's brought out by Pepe.
And guys, don't be scared to come and say hi, put something in the chat, let's have a conversation.
Rather reflected the judgment of his contribution.
Still England 0, Ivory Coast 0. 12 minutes played.
Starting 11 really, but to have spent 70 odd million on a player and not having in that starting lineup.
Well, Ivory Coast have messed that up.
Play that much.
And it's a throw into England.
Pressure put on Maxwell Cornet, who hit the ground running with Burnley. Not just scored goals, but they've been very tasty goals. Seri. Now Simon Deli. This African team playing in here were Nigeria just before the team left for the World Cup in Russia in 2018. And of course they faced Tunisia, that was the last game against an African nation for Gareth Southgate and his players. Been said for a long time with the talent at the disposal of the major African footballing nations, should they have made a bigger imprint on World Cups themselves. Maybe not the tackling.
Free kick to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, they're not holding back at times, the Ivory Coast. Trying to physically impose themselves on England. But they are finding it difficult to get into England's half at the moment.
Maguire with the free kick. Really pinging it out to Grealish, who's annoyed with himself for not making the most of what was a very fine ball.
Yeah, I think you'll see tonight as a great chance to really
So
make
let's see what some of the results are going at the moment.
persuade Southgate that he deserves a starting place.
In a way, Alan, you can look at this is the last chance for some of the fringe players because of the competitive games to come. Sterling. Rice, certainly not a fringe player. Grealish.
Go on! Oh! Oh, he's at the post!
To the frustration of Jude Bellingham, but England aren't
Oh, have you missed that?
across the face of the goal, and Watkins can't turn it in from close range.
Oh, how have England not got 1-0 up?
By Jude Bellingham, he looks to the heavens, but this is what he's all about. He's so imaginative. Got lovely feet. He flips off the keeper. I think,
Oh,
onto the post.
how has England not gone 1-0 up?
Watkins is
England have hit the ball, have hit the post through Jude Bellingham.
It's a save.
And then just seconds later, a ball came across the face of goal, but Ollie Watkins couldn't tap it in. Just missed it and went out for a throw in.
Well, most of the first 15 minutes has been spent in the attacking half of the pitch for England. Ben White's versatility was used by Gareth. He didn't play him in the end, but he brought him into the
We're just
squad
gonna keep,
for
we're just gonna keep
because he can play.
probing and keep going, because you never know what can happen.
He's had the move to Arsenal since then. Seri.
But at the moment it's England 0, Ivory Coast 0.
There's a fine stop by Andra Ali Sangare. He says England are going to find some gaps here. They'll keep
So guys, put your question in the chat.
pushing around as they have done in these opening exchanges. Delhi.
Come and say hi.
Certainly,
And if you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
They were picking out the traps and really did. To lose the game was tough on them. Here's Cornet. And it's a corner.
Good block by Harry Maguire. I think that's a corner to Ivory Coast.
Well, they can work the ball up into these positions. They have got the players to cause problems. As Cornet demonstrated there, slipping in behind White.
The very slap at the corner.
Another corner to Ivory Coast, but offside.
Got away with it because of the return pass was offside.
Yeah, maybe it was Grealish's job. He was told late.
Yeah, he was grateful for the flag. That's Gradle in the 90s now in his caps. He's 34. A very good career, 7th most capped Ivorian of all time. Pope is international number 8. He's only let in 1 goal in the previous 7, and that was in his last game against Poland here. Check of Mudder.
Yeah, I mean, you want a clean sheet, but you also want to have a bit of work to do. Maybe pull off a few saves. Catch the manager's eye.
Play their way into the contest, really. Just talk about coming here and getting a result against England, that they might be wanting to take 1 or 2 of the England players home with them. Mark Gahey in particular, who was born in Abidjan, the Ivory capital. He left when he was 1 year old. And really is very much part of the England system. I don't think there's any great fear within the Football Association that Gahey would make choice to go for his country of birth, the country which has developed his football.
Well, he certainly did well Saturday in Switzerland. Showed really good temperament.
Come on, England!
Mitchell came alongside him. Crystal Palace shining brightly at the moment under Patrick Vieira.
Yep, got the Arsenal on Monday. That'll be a good one.
Mitchell, who hails from this part of London. Watkins. Mitchell goes forward outside him. Will Prowse.
Come on, England!
Bellingham.
Shoot!
Will Prowse switching it out to Grealish. England with plenty of numbers in the middle.
Grealish! Oh!
Tries to squeeze it in himself.
Straight at the keeper, straight at the keeper.
Club football.
I'm also just having a hot dog as well at the same time, folks, so...
Nice accurate passing. Once he's cut in, why not? So often they can take a deflection, those sometimes squirm between the keeper's legs. Seen some touches.
I bet the
from
14% of you are not even English that have voted for Ivory Coast.
England have got, otherwise, such a...
There's a fluidity to his movement, isn't there?
It's Hartlepool United 0, Mansfield Town 1.
For his country, Cornet, now on his left foot, now in the Premier League. And good collective defending, and then Ward-Prowse going to rock in something to chase. Abby says, don't worry about me, I can play in midfield. Here's Frank Kessié, been linked today, news today that Barcelona are actually naming him. Sent out all the hints that he's going to join them from Milan. And he's been a star in the Serie A with Atalanta before that as well. Watkins. You know what it's like going back to your playing days of coming to an England setup. You don't get much time to work on the shape of the team, and you feel that England are just using this first 20 minutes to get their bearings. They've had some good moments.
Yeah, they have. Probably better than they did by this stage against Switzerland. They look a little more comfortable in their shape. It's a bit clunky at times with that 5 at the back.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Can't get there. Here's White. that Raheem Sterling's been able to run off what we think was a knock on the thigh, maybe a dead leg. Stiffen up at half time, but he's still out there. Here's Mings, strong character from Aston Villa. Speaking to the media yesterday and did it very eloquently.
Come on, England.
Just looking back in the records, him and Maguire played a couple of times together in a back four in away games. England won those games comfortably at Bulgaria and Kosovo. Mostly they've been together in a back three.
Yeah, he does give the rear guard balance, being left-footed, doesn't he?
Maguire likes to play on the left, doesn't he, as well? So, although he's right-footed. It's just a slightly different tweak for his game.
Yeah, certainly.
Go on,
Stones
England.
and Maguire are the favourites to begin in Qatar.
It does feel like a bit of an audition for some of these players who might not get the opportunity to stand up for their country and what lies ahead between now and the World Cup. You never know with the twists and turns, the vagaries of fate.
Go on, England. Scotland have scored! Oh, Scotland have scored, folks! It is 1-0 Scotland.
Not just penciled in, but inked in. Risky from Delhi, but he got away with it. Here's Camera.
Scotland are 1-0 up away at Austria.
Maguire as well. That's a good round of applause from the England fans for that.
Yeah, he's good at that. Anticipating a move. Getting his body across.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
The collective not working properly at the moment at Old Trafford. He's got a big game on Saturday against his former club, Leicester City. Here's Rice, who's benefited not just from his own ability, but playing in a very successful West Ham side now. This was perhaps the case when he first broke through. Mitchell. Grealish. Ranked 5th in the world, Ivory Coast 51st. I think there's quite that discrepancy that the figures suggest. Just a disappointment I've had to recently.
Go on, England! Go on, England! 25 minutes played. England 0, Ivory Coast 0.
Out of contention for Qatar.
Guys, let's get some questions in the chat, folks.
Torres in the dugout.
Yeah, I think so. Get them back. But they expected to do a lot better, didn't they, in the Africa Cup of Nations?
Good challenge by Rice.
Go on, Sterling!
Sterling.
Come on!
Shout for handball, but Simon Delhi had his arm down by his side.
Well, we got a handball in that penalty area on Saturday when I didn't think we would. This one seems even more than likely.
Didn't even hit his arm, I don't think. It was a dig in the ribs. England have a corner and they have Ward-Prowse to take it. It's not one of his better efforts, the Southampton skipper. He's trying to retrieve it. Corner gets away momentarily. Michael Dawson was making a good point in the studio about the weight of an England shirt. That's the weight of expectation. And some players take to it straight away, others find it a bit too heavy. Watkins.
Well, generally, it does feel a bit lighter these days. That's the impression you get.
Come on, boys! Ah, come on!
Supposed to get in for Watkins. Rice trying to feed it into Sterling. White's pass is a good one.
Good
to
Sterling!
Sterling.
Sterling! Oh!
And again.
Oh, lucky Sterling!
That his arms in the way.
Yeah, not sure how much he knew about it, did he, in his head, but it's the job of a defender, get yourself in the way. But lovely footwork from Sterling. Cute movement leading up to it as well.
England calling the tune here, setting the early agenda.
Go on! Oh!
By Bellingham. As we pointed out a few times, covering the England games, they do work really.
Come on,
hard
England!
with set pieces, and certainly with Maguire back in action, and Mings who will throw himself at anything that's lofted into the box.
Guys, put your question in the chat,
lot of
like,
joy in
sub,
Russia.
and subscribe if you are
Pick
new.
that up again
Put any
if they
questions
can.
in, and I'll answer as many questions as I can.
Ale has hardly had a touch of the ball.
It's Czech Republic 1, Wales 0. Belgium 2, Burkina Faso 0.
They're on a team sheet at Wembley for the opposition. It sends shivers through older England supporters. Helmut Haller gave Germany, West Germany, the lead in the World Cup final.
It's Portugal 1, North Macedonia 0. Goal scorer Bruno Fernandes.
Pronounce it the same, I don't think, stretching a point, but it's spelled the same.
Assist by blooming Ronaldo.
Looked as though Pepe was settling for a corner then, but he didn't get one.
Never quite know what you're going to get out of Pepe, which isn't ideal, but when he's on his game,
You don't get, you don't receive.
Maguire.
England on the ball at the moment, just pass the ball round in the back.
Spectating rather than fully supporting.
So England are just passing the ball around in the back now. Let's see what England can do from this attack.
As well.
Here comes Maguire.
Maguire trying to quicken things up.
Now it's with Bellingham. Now it's with Grealish.
And Grealish, who always has that in his mind.
Grealish just to Sterling.
That's the city colleague, Raheem
Sterling, is Sterling going to be able to get the ball in the box? Raheem Sterling!
Support.
Oh, he walked in! 1-0! England! Way I miss play! England 1! Ivory Coast 0! Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa puts England 1-0 up, folks. Ollie Watkins has scored for England with an assist by Raheem Sterling.
And Sterling set him up superbly.
didn't need just Raheem Sterling. It's top-notch wing play, this. Beating your man, delivering quickly. He's got him on toast here. He's swearing that little break of the ball, perhaps, but after that, he knows exactly what
What
he
a
wants to
goal!
do. Sterling.
What a finish!
He sees
Raheem
Watkins.
Sterling
There you go.
plays it across the face of goal
You
for a
couldn't
tap
say
in for Ollie
anything more
Watkins.
as a centre forward.
1-0
Trying
England.
to stake a claim in this team, in this squad. And that kind of service.
Well, it certainly wasn't against the run of play. Aurier. He's dispossessed by Grealish, has to foul him. He was a player of moods in his time with Tottenham. Of course, he had a good spell here at Wembley when Spurs were the tenants.
Yeah, good little duel out there. Some fireworks as the match wears on, maybe.
Come on England! Come on England! Come on England!
A caution. And England get a free kick.
Come on England! Free kick to England. Ward-Prowse to take for England.
There's a lot more to James Ward-Prowse's game than just delivering set pieces, but at that, he was 10 out of 10.
Oh, saved by the keeper.
Over Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, that was more of a 6.5, I think, but
I think he's been kind, actually.
there's nobody to touch him, though, I don't think, really, for the way he delivers.
Sterling. Rice into Watkins. Ward-Prowse. Sterling's off again. Yes. So it's going to be another card. The referee got to be careful here. I mean, in friendly internationals, the bookings aren't usually too prolific, but first Aurier and now Seri. But in a competitive game, it definitely would be a yellow card.
Yeah. Going to ground. Catching his man on the ankle with the studs.
Already with an assist. Strangely, this is his 19th friendly for England. He's never scored. All his goals have been in competitive action.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Duty again. And, chips in. Maguire's having a run at it.
Oh, nearly 2-0 England.
Fortunately for Pedro Ali, it went straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, this looked like a rehearsed one. And the penalty spot, never easy, but gets a good connection.
It's been capable from England to this point.
We just need England to start playing in the right tempo, in the right manner. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen.
Almost ran through the corner. The ball was actually aimed at Sebastian Haller.
Sebastian Haller.
The throw. Haller. Now corner. Trying to get a goal past, of course, his club goalkeeper, Nick Pope.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Get Pepe into the game on that far side. There he is, but something a frustrating figure.
Almost been afraid to commit too many men forward, Ivory Coast. Been a bit cautious in this first half.
Scored 4 in his last 5 starts for Ivory Coast.
Come on, England.
Coming in the African Cup of Nations when they got through the group stage, but there was a heavyweight clash and they found themselves paired with Egypt in the round of 16. Of course, went on to get to the final, lost to Senegal. Salah losing to Mali.
Hi, Susan. How are you doing?
10 minutes to go to half time.
How are we doing? Just put some questions in. I'll answer as many questions as we can. Welcome, 13 of you in the chat. It's England 1, Ivory Coast 0. Goal scored by Ollie Watkins on the half-an-hour mark. Let's get some questions in the chat. Get some conversation going. If you guys want to ask me anything, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Such a good athlete, teenager.
But so far, England are playing well. 37 minutes played, England 1, Ivory Coast 0. Guys, and don't forget to hit the like button as well. I highly appreciate it. Corner in for England. Oh. Been shanked. And it's a push by Grealish. Free kick to Ivory Coast.
Those fouls that probably is tactically astute. Grealish was generally Actually trying to reclaim the ball to get England turning back into attack again. Could stop the counter-attack.
So far
Camera.
it's been good for England, but Ivory Coast not made it easy.
He's still at Manchester United. He's had a up and down career with them. He's been blighted with injury. He's had some spells where he's looked the real deal, and some games when he hasn't. Seri.
Here comes Ivory Coast.
First time I've tried to turn England really with that kind of pass.
And it worked. He's just about kept up with it.
Corner to Ivory Coast, folks.
There's a corner. It's on the short one.
Oh, corner taken by Ivory Coast.
Yeah, Grealish isn't
That-
quite
that's
sure.
the other side of Nicola Pepe, isn't
And
it?
shot by Pepe just went high, wide, and handsome. Basically, didn't really trouble Nick Pope in the England goal. And it's a goal kick to England.
Pepe into the sort of position where he really could have threatened Nick Pope's goal. Which is that kind of detail that come the really significant matches can be the difference between winning and losing.
So far, it's not been a bad first half. England have had a couple of chances. Ivory Coast not really done anything. Other than Nicolas Pepe shot just then, that just went high and wide.
He's starting to pick himself up, and England could be in again here.
Here comes England.
Bellingham.
Bellingham! Oh!
And,
Nearly 2-0 England there. Jude Bellingham with a shot just wide of
Plays
the
without any
post.
fear. Used
Goal
Grealish
kick
as
to
the
Ivory
decoy,
Coast.
gave him a bit of room.
well, Serge Aurier, who's already been booked,
Serge Aurier is sent off.
sent off here.
Serge Aurier is sent off.
Well, I said that's the typical downside of Pepe. Here we've got the downside of Aurier. We've seen in his time in England.
Serge Aurier is sent off for Ivory Coast.
I did think the referee might be making a little bit of a rod for his own back, but in the end, he's followed through.
Well, I didn't see the incident, his second yellow card, but I've seen the dismissal of Aurier. But he's a hothead, he can be one.
England are.
He's gone.
Ivory Coast are down to 10. Serge Aurier is sent off, folks. I don't know. I think it was for a late challenge. So Ivory Coast have now got all to do.
In many ways, in looking at the lineups, there are more senior internationals who've played in England in the Ivory Coast than in the England team. One of those. So, the rarity of a red card in a friendly international, in the first half of a friendly international. The referee, Eric Lambrechts from Belgium, sticking to the letter of the law.
Well, you normally get the benefit of the doubt, don't you, in a
Yeah.
friendly?
That's not to say it's necessarily the right thing, but
Yeah.
you normally do. It was a gesture of dissent. Well, it's another kind of situation that you can't really rehearse for, but if in a tournament you can end up playing 11 against 10, and how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to maximise the advantage, the so-called advantage that the extra man brings? So England have got that opportunity here.
4 minutes to go to half time, folks.
Gareth Southgate is only a few minutes away from maybe advising his players what he wants from them in these circumstances. But Serge Aurier, I mean, there'll be so many people watching this thinking, no surprise.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of Tottenham fans nodding in
Oh,
recognition.
looks like someone's.
He played
Yeah.
for Villarreal these days after leaving Tottenham. The captain, nearly 80 caps. There's no excuse really, is there?
Well, especially when you're the skipper.
And England, a goal up. And the man up. White. Here's Mitchell. Grealish. That's the kind of run that Ollie Watkins makes so vigorously, so willingly. Picked up by Grealish.
It's half time in the Scotland Ivory Coast game. Scotland Austria game. It's Scotland 1, Austria 0. Come on, England, let's get a second before half time.
I mean, England haven't got to do anything different, particularly, have they? Against 10 men, they've played well, used the ball really well.
Oh, that's a ball. That's a foul. Free kick to Ivory Coast.
What they have got to do is make sure they don't get embroiled in anything that encourage the referee to brandish cards in the direction of the home players. Aurier thought he'd been fouled and the referee didn't give a decision.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in that. It's hardly a blatant foul. He's got hold of Watkins and vice versa. So to be petulant then and get booked for dissent, he's let everybody down.
Especially him. Rice. Ward-Prowse.
Come on.
For Mitchell to enter into. Grealish takes over. Keeping the tempo of the passing. Sometimes when you've got an extra man.
Oh, go on.
Extra touch.
Oh, that's a ball.
That's not the case here.
Go
Lovely
on.
play by Watkins. Sterling.
Oh!
Back away to Grealish.
Oh, cheeky.
So not the
Good
fastest
goal.
score for
Raheem Sterling, 2-0 England.
Immediate return.
1-0 up at half time.
Ivory Coast are down to 10 now. England 2, Ivory Coast 0.
Yeah, quality all round here, beginning with Ollie Watkins' touch and layoff. That's really neat from the centre forward. Sterling's been looking for a goal all half.
They check.
What about this for
Oh, they'll be checking to see if Jack Grealish is offside.
It's a really smart pick out by the Manchester City man to his club mate. Thank you very much. Sterling enjoyed that.
Beautifully executed the pass. The finish was crisp, incisive and decisive. And he scores in a friendly. Well, there is a VAR check, so maybe he hasn't scored. Let's wait and see.
There's nothing to look at VAR for. We've got sent off Serge Aurier.
For what? We don't know.
Serge Aurier sent off.
It looked so clean cut.
It did.
He got sent off. He got sent off because he thought he got fouled by Ollie Watkins, and then it turned out he was end up being petulant, and that cost him basically dissent. He got sent off for dissent.
That's a very fair reflection of the first half here. Great.
Or in other words, he run his mouth too much, trying to complain that that was a foul when it clearly wasn't. The Ivory Coast team is shit.
Kessier.
Oh, don't talk to me about him. I can definitely call him a bold about twat because he's bowled it out. Doesn't have his.
It's half-time.
He doesn't have his famous
At
air
Wembley.
that he has that he's known
It's
for.
gone according to plan for England.
Half time, England 2, Ivory Coast 0.
Hawkins for the opener. And then after Sergio is sent off. Sterling catching it. Averting the delightful pass from Jack Grealish to make it 2-0. Eric Lambrecht
And then
put
we'll.
himself into the centre of the action. Max Gradle still saying, why have you needed to do that?
And then let's go and then what we'll do is we'll give you some half-time scores. Let's see. It's in the World Cup qualifiers for the World Cup. It's Poland 0, Sweden 0, and Portugal 1, North Macedonia 0. Yep, and it's thanks to Bruno Fernandes, who got set up by Cristiano Ronaldo shite. And in the World Cup qualifier third round, Group B from Asia is Saudi Arabia 1, Australia 0. 1-0, and they literally got 5 minutes to go, and then it'll be going to penalties. Except we already know one, and that is Italy can't win the Euros and can't win the World Cup. No, I said there's one country that's already done it, and it's Italy. They've won the Euros and still couldn't make the World Cup. Yep, and there's 4 games. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. In League 2, it's Hartlepool United 2, Mansfield Town 2, Oldham 1, Leyton Orient 0, Rochdale 1, Carlisle 0, and Salford 1, Crawley 0. And it is, wow, in a big game, which is a friendly, but it's still a big game, is Germany 1, Holland 0. Thomas Muller scored. Check some over. Oh, it's Wales 1, Czech Republic 1, and it is Turkey 1, Italy 2. Shitty ass Italy are winning. Aye, Raspadori scored. Get it? Raspadori. Who scored for Wales? Ruben Colwell. And for Czech Republic, it was Souček. Hello, Leo. That is right, up the England. 2-2, right. We will do a poll, see what you guys think of the first half. Oh, Dummy Games, how are you doing? Here we go. That's for you guys to vote on, see what you think of the first half. So let's see. We got about, in one big game in the African qualifiers for the World Cup, 60 seconds to go in that game, which is Senegal versus Egypt. So one big nation ain't making it. And fingers crossed. Yes, we want Edouard Mendy to make it. And the goal scorer was by Dai. Boulaye Dai scored the goal. And it took him literally just 3 minutes to get back in the game, and he couldn't even capitalise on that for the rest of the game, which is a bit strange. It looked like from that, it looked like Egypt were basically like defending for their lives, basically, if they kept it at 1-0. Wow, that is. And here's some insight for you folks. Egypt haven't scored in their last 3 away games. Senegal are unbeaten in 11 home games, which is basically now 12. Theoretically, because they won 1-0 in 19 minutes, so that's 12. Which is not bad. So fingers crossed, Edouard Mendy, you go and save a couple of bangers. See what any of you guys' questions. Oh, goes. Who scored? Yep, Thomas Muller, which I still think he's got a good few years left in him, and then he'll be retiring because he doesn't like it'll end anytime soon. Who scored second goal for England, which was Raheem Sterling? Yep, Grealish assists. I keep forgetting because we could have scored 3 or 4 in that game if Bellingham didn't hit the post, but unfortunately it took a deflection off the keeper, which made it hit the post. Yep, there's already been a thing that when the World Cup's happening, there's going to be an Old Firm derby in Australia, which people are saying shouldn't happen. Which is a bit weird. Yeah, but Raspadori scored and Brian Cristante. Let's see what they've actually got. Wow. Oh, they're playing Chiellini at the back with the other player I don't like for Italy called Acerbi. Oh my God! Whoa. If I just noticed this correctly, if I just noticed this correctly, Mo Salah has missed a penalty. Mohamed Salah missed. He never missed. But the first penalty was taken by Koulibaly for Senegal. He hit the bar. Yep. So Koulibaly has hit the bar. Then Salah missed because it went too high. And Saladou Sis had his shot saved. Yeah. No, it's the other one. I don't like it. Sisu for Egypt. He's just missed a penalty. 2 misses each. They missed it each. Did Richard put here? Bad penalty by Zizou. Zizou should be disappointed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna. Who would have not righted that his first game back for Denmark, he would score in that game against Holland, and his first game playing for Denmark in Denmark, he would go and score. You wouldn't have write that script in 2 games. Yeah, it's just that whoever he plays for, internationally or club-wise, just got to monitor him. Yeah. Come on! Yes! 1-0 to Senegal and penalty shootout. Ismail Assar. Yeah. He hit the bar. But every other. Yeah, he's got saved, and then the other 2 basically were too high, and the other one was just disappointing. Oi! Scotland are a good team. Dummy games. Come on, England. 2 right. We need England to go and score a few more bangers in this game. And make an absolute rout. That looks like it could be interesting. Here we go. We're just waiting for some see what other penalties go for this game. It is 1-1 in the shootout. Egypt have scored. Yeah. If you guys wondering why I'm keeping an eye on Senegal versus Egypt, as you can see, I'm wearing Chelsea on me. Keep an eye on seeing if Edouard Mendy can make it to another tournament again. Because that guy's another tournament again. Because that guy can not stop going to tournaments at the moment and doing well in them. Check a Coyote. I'm just checking on here because the update's quite quick. Yes, Bamba dying. Yeah, Bamba dying. Kyle Walker-Peters is a good player. Yeah, the only person that started the game who played on from Saturday was Ben White. Legend, but I think also his son's a good footballer as well. Just needs to go to a bigger club. And but he needs to go. He needs to go quite big, as we need to get up if he wants to be a talent. Not playing for like Man United or something like that. Just get to a top 6 club, even if it will be for like Wolves or something like that, or someone you wouldn't expect. Yeah! Come on! Edouard fucking Mendy. The guy's a legend, and that guy deserves respect. If anyone doesn't say that guy's a good keeper, it needs their head shaved. Needs their head seen to.
It's a meaningful second half now, Paul.
I think you touched on it before, David. Sometimes in competition football, you're going to come up against 10 men.
I'm just
you've got to kick the ball.
I'm just loving the fact that Mohamed Salah missed.
I'm sure they'll probably,
Cause that's a rare thing to see. He does miss on occasions, but not as. I want Edouard Mendy to at least save one penalty, because that's how he won, by saving one penalty.
Now, Colo, for Ivory Coast.
Absolutely, you can see now the manager is bringing.
I'll find out in a minute.
In another midfield, and I think that.
Go!
He wants to now make sure that.
Go for Senegal! Sadio Mane.
It's difficult against a really aggressive forward, and good.
That's 3 penalties in a row scored for Senegal since their first two missed.
Thank you, David. We're just trying to.
Just having a look, seeing what happened.
For the Ivory Coast.
Yeah! Edouard Mendy! Edouard Mendy actually said.
One of the younger defenders.
Edouard Mendy actually saved it.
Well from his time with Wolves. He was recently converted to the Ivory Coast, born in France.
Here we go, timer. Second half is underway. England 2, Ivory Coast 0. But we already know. But you already know they're going to. You already know that's going to be the case if it's England. Yes! Senegal are going to Qatar.
As assists go, that was one of the better ones you'll see.
Go on, England. Hey! Hey, get in! Have that Ivory Coast right. So go, hello Billy, hello Richie, who won most corners? You want me to go scientific? I think it might be England. Win both corners. I think it's got to be England, because Ivory Coast, I think, have only had one corner in the first half. England about 2 or 3.
Gets a toe to it. Yeah, faintest of touches. And you'd imagine.
But it could also, you got to think follow through. You could also think follow through as well, because it did catch him on the follow through.
What an introduction for Koulibaly. Trying to immediately pick up the tempo.
A potential penalty for England, which may not be given, but will.
First 45 minutes of it in Jude Bellingham. Koulibaly.
Oh, and you are correct. If it is taken, it will be Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, I think it's. Sure, going to have a look at it. One would suggest. England with the handball.
There's still one thing I will say is, why do they not do this in the Premier League?
Overturned it. Well, the referee did. By VAR.
They could have just
So
told him this, surely.
So they do this in international games, but they won't bother to go to the monitor for a Premier League game if this happens. It's just bullshit.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Decision
wasn't
overturned.
Bellingham, 'cause he did catch him afterwards, didn't he?
Played the ball first. Justice done. Incidentally, every time Raheem Sterling has scored for England, they have won the game. Can't suspect that that's going to change in the circumstances here. It's 15 times he's scored in an international now.
It is France 2, South Africa 0. 3 goals away from being all-time goal scorer in French international history, Olivier Giroud.
Here's Grealish. He's also enjoying himself.
3 more. 3 more goals and he will have equalled Thierry Henry. which no one thought anyone would overtake Thierry Henry.
Drop. Move frustrated and increasingly weary opponents around. Still plenty of goals under Gareth Southgate. There's a chance to add more to the tally here.
I know, I'm just putting a ball out.
Towards 22 unbeaten, aren't they?
Well, that's
There we go.
one way of looking at it. Did we not lose
There we
the
go.
in the final of
So-
2020?
Hopefully some more goals can come in. Let's see how it goes.
I'm not having that. It's that now. If you lose, whichever way it is, it's in the regulations of the tournament. If you lose on penalties, you lose.
The problem is it's on Now TV, and we can only have Now TV on like what, 2 devices.
Mings. Mitchell.
Come on, England, let's get some more goals.
Bellingham. That's not very impressive, no surprise in that. But looks absolutely nervous.
That's one of the guys. His name's called Dummy Games.
Rice.
I have no idea. Yes! 2-0 Scotland. John McGinn.
Agbadou is in Belgium. Only his second cap. So
Without him, Scotland would be shit.
hard work, that's for sure.
And that's me being nice. Go on, England.
And again,
Oh!
I mean, he is so good. So
Twat, twat.
Cannot find a place.
Back in a minute,
Born
folks.
into the starting 11.
and here's a duel, that's for sure. Grealish's head. Bellingham had to play on the retreat that time to Mings. Now Mitchell. And they don't play again until June. There are 4 Nations League games, followed by 2 more in September. And then it's off to Qatar. It'll be a very unusual experience for all football lovers in this country, simply because the season will be split in 2. Domestic season, that is. Not at all levels.
A lot of people thinking it will suit the English players, given that it won't be at the end of a long, hard season. They'll just be reaching peak fitness.
Yeah, it's a fair point, isn't it? Because the suggestion is that the hard season in England is a harder season than in some other nations, because obviously it will, I suppose, in the calendar help all the European teams. Grealish. Sterling. Really the fans' favourite, Jack Grealish. It's a swagger. Seri gives it away, picked off by Ward-Prowse. Exercise and concentration. Not a very nice challenge by Camera.
Stupid that. I said at the start of the first half that he's got a big heart and he loves the tackle. He's got to use his head here.
Already down to 10 men. Afford any other rash challenges. That's not very nice.
The left foot followed through. Intentional that.
Ward-Prowse. Now Mings. Lovely change of direction from Grealish Just letting the pace on the pass do the work, and here comes your man camera again. He's taking tenacity to a dangerous level. The ball was in there somewhere.
Grealish, I think, saw it coming. He certainly felt it.
Sterling. Peters, who in his time at Tottenham, he's a Southampton player now. His time at Tottenham was, of course, one of the understudies to Serge Aurier.
He's developed a lot since his Tottenham days, Walker Peters. He's a resilient defender, really good on the front foot too.
Maybe in certain games his lack of real physical stature might work against him, but he's very quick. England going through the centre here. It's a brilliant run from Bellingham. He's more than in the mood. Well, from Kessier, he's taken on an armband. It went to Cradle first of all from the departed Aurier. He's off for the second half, so Kessier next in line. Hard to see what Ivory Coast can get from this. Just the damage limitation exercise. It's not been their dream visit to Wembley that they were envisaging.
They've got a Paul in 11 then, so difficult to see how they're going to make a difference now. Expected a lot more from them, having seen them against France.
Yeah, it's as if they've left some of their energies down in Marseille. Certainly some of their frustrations because they didn't deserve to lose. Unlike here.
And now, back folks.
Camera. Seri. Using up time with a little bit of possession will help. The damage limitation.
Scotland shit. Fuck off.
Surely. And they go. Peters, who played a big part in England's equaliser.
Scotland ain't shit.
Sure the other
If you're shit, we wouldn't be losing to. We wouldn't be beating Austria.
against Switzerland.
Anticipated it, nicked the ball.
Up the Scots.
To the back of the net shortly after.
Scotland can choke on Haggis. Oi!
Undoubtedly, the absence of Wilfried Zaha took a bit of the focal point out of Ivory Coast tonight. Zaha still wanting to be fit for a trip to Wembley next month. Crystal Palace play Chelsea in the semi.
Pointless players with a lot. Point. Scotland ain't a pointless place. It's got a lot of history to it.
Slide it through. Kept in by Grealish.
Historic. Now historic history when it comes to like the history of the country and everything.
Another brilliant piece of that shout for handball. Is turning into the Jude Bellingham show.
He's just got a lovely sense
Joe is.
of space. What's around him?
They're all nice people.
Like Grealish.
They're all nice. They're all nice people.
Half a chance, but yeah, can't keep him down. Great to see him get a goal tonight.
Great elasticity of movement.
Wow. How do you feel, Northern Ireland? You're losing to Hungary.
Grealish stands it up. Intrigued by Declan Rice. I can imagine Harry Kane watching this and thinking, get me on. Against 10 men. One goal away from 50. Yeah, 4 away from the equaling Wayne.
And it is Poland 1, Sweden 0.
Camera
Lewandowski penalty.
comes out to Rice.
Oh, and Choupo-Moting. And Choupo-Moting has scored for Cameroon to now make it 1-1 aggregate against Algeria.
Mr. Mitchell. Rice.
Let's see if... Is my guy actually playing? No, he's not even been picked.
Play
Abubakar.
his
No.
game through the lines
He's,
as they did.
he's on the bench.
Peters trying his luck. Here's Sterling. Coming up to the hour mark at Wembley. England in total control.
The point... And they're even playing another good player at Cameroon. They're playing Tobo Ikambi.
Will Prowse.
He's the only recognised... So that's
Prowse just taking his eye off the ball. Sorry to snap in.
a player that...
Maybe the
A player that
Ivory
Gareth
Coast halfway
Southgate's
line.
tried to convince for ages to play for England.
See the quartet of England substitutes waiting to come on.
And it is now,
Interesting to come on.
straight away, folks, just as I said something, it's now Portugal 2, Macedonia 0. That is it, done. That's game over. Bruno Fernandes again.
Down. And finally, the stoppage will allow the substitutions to be made. Foul on Sebastian Haller by his former.
We wanted to play against Brentford, so we don't want him to get injured.
Declan Rice. So we're going to see Luke Shaw, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, and relatedly in this particular set of internationals,
Because they've been-
wasn't fit to be involved on Saturday. Obviously a minor complaint. The substitutions were made.
Go on, England! Go on, England! Go on, England!
Good few days for this lad though, Tyrick Mitchell. Well, a few days.
Senior left back is on. Jack Grealish makes his way off. He certainly contributed to
You want to know his name?
on the pitch.
Oh, great. His name's... Oh, I can't even pronounce it if I tried. His name's called Eric something.
His goal, Raheem Sterling too with his goal.
Yeah.
The touchline, it does highlight the depth of talent that England have got, even with the dropouts that they've endured.
Gareth Southgate stating, I think we all really knew that Harry Kane wants to play every minute of every game. But of course, it's not possible. Even he, with his
Conan. Ah, Conan that has just come on plays for Reims in France.
There's an element of risk to it.
Yeah, I've got him here.
Sunday, Tottenham, I think.
Wow. His market value is 6.5 mil.
It's Newcastle live on Sky Sports.
So he has some value.
Tight on Kessier.
Come Oh, goal for Holland. It's now 1-1.
And Conan has been the first choice left back.
Steven Bergwijn scored again.
Given the breather today, but he's needed now.
And assist.
In France.
Yeah. And assist is by Denzel Dumfries.
Maxwell Cornet who's off.
Yep. And funnily enough, the referee in that game is Craig Pawson. Come on, Turkey. Deny Italy a win, please.
Looking to become only second England player ever to reach the mark of 50 international goals. In the men's
Wow, Spain 4-0 up against Iceland. And Morata scored twice. What? Who else got an assist? An assist from Marcos Alonso.
the end that he's attacking in the second half against Switzerland on Saturday.
Surprise, surprise.
At the same end.
That surprised me.
Final of 2020
I want to join
in July. England, that flying start.
He's not playing.
Bellingham.
Come on, England. Come on, England. Come on, England.
Centre backs, Maguire and Mings. Fullbacks have changed.
Slaved.
So Arsenal's jointly in the score with Bukayo Saka. Bellingham. Shaw.
But over half the team in there in the box, England. Everybody wanting a piece of the action.
And so quite backed up by the touch of camera that he hoped. 20 minutes gone. It's a long haul. Famous orange kit with green trims.
No, I think it's funny.
He's poised. Ward-Prowse.
Oh,
Not towards him, but
Harry Maguire, that was a shit.
high on the list of scorers for
Harry
England
Maguire,
under
that was a
Gareth
shit.
Southgate.
That was a shit header.
More than him in the Southgate era.
He has got an
Sterling and Rashford.
uncanny knack for getting on the end of those balls. His man was just facing him rather than looking at the ball.
He wants to give everyone a chat. Wonder smash.
Kessié was caught by Declan Rice, so he thought he could seize it then.
Nick Pope.
Going to need all the resolution that Kessié typifies. A heavy beating at Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Walker Peters. Foden. Ward-Prowse
Oh.
on the lunge.
Oh, this is bullshit.
To the left, Smith Rowe and Shaw. Goes to the former.
Champions League format is to change places based on historical performance received support.
Not quite on the money.
So because that is ridiculous, UEFA.
Was there.
He's got such a knack for getting goals, important ones. Smith Rowe, club level, already off the mark for his country.
England 2, Ivory Coast 0, 68 minutes played. Hope we get some more goals.
Sure.
By Irish.
Spoke very passionately about how much he's enjoying.
Oh, it's now.
He said that hasn't always been the case. Of course, he had a
Oh, it's now Italy 3, Turkey 1. Fuck's sake.
United. There were other times where he was quite happy to find an excuse.
No,
to
Raspadori.
pointed out on Saturday that was his 20th cap. And he started as a
Most of that
18-year-old.
team, I don't mind. It's just it's just a few players, just because they think they're better than everyone else, and just like moaning a lot. Yeah, it's just
Nice.
it.
Beautiful take from Walker Peters.
Yeah, because his antics wouldn't get on in the Premier League because referees are more stricter in the Premier League. When it comes to antics like that, he'll get told.
Camera defends and drives on.
And he's getting better now at being at City of not moaning a lot,
To get back now.
of being fouled and just getting on with it.
It's torturous though, isn't it, from Ivory Coast?
Ward-Prowse has
Oh! What a goal that would have been! Fuck off!
Out of his comfort zone, shooting from there.
Fuck off!
So many technical players up against them. And when you drop off, England can do that to you.
Get a screamer. Oh! Oh, it's now...
Be ruthless here.
Wow, 5-0 Spain against Iceland. And another assist from Marcos Alonso.
Still more than 20 minutes to go. Sure. Delightful
Yeah.
kick.
Pablo Sarabia scored twice thanks to double Marcos Alonso assist. Yeah. Sarabia. Wow. England 3-0 up away in Albania for the under-21s. Balogun with 2 and Curtis Jones with 1.
Qualifiers next month.
Oh, Austria have scored. Austria.
Back by Ward-Prowse. Walker
Austria have just scored.
now Rice.
I can't even pronounce that guy's name if I tried.
Sure.
Because it is quite a hard name. His name's called Michael something, but I can only say his first name because it's a typical it's Michael something.
Walker Peters.
Gregorichik or whatever it is.
James Ward-Prowse. Tick it around the corner.
Whatever you want to call it.
Close to the
Yeah, it's a hard name, huh, for us.
Ward-Prowse was one of those who was cut right at the end.
Yeah, but at least I try.
Closer this time, depending on the availability of players like Calvin Phillips.
Sure.
You got
Just sniffy at for half.
when you got Avril Maratta.
Really, absolutely on the hunt for the landmark goal.
And you got yeah, I don't know why I do it in an accent for some reason. I don't know.
Just occasionally a lively fullback. Camera on this side and Marisi Raikkonen on the far side. He's trying to find an avenue to maybe stretch England and put the defence under a little bit of pressure. Back by Foden. It's up on the deck, but
Yeah,
referee Lambrex joined us late.
and we play it.
10 men Ivory Coast. Serge Aurier. Yes, that's
It's
Serge Aurier.
Leicester versus Manchester United as the late
Two
kickoff.
yellow cards in the first half. One for a foul and the second for dissent. It was 1-0 then. England very quickly made it 2-0, but it stayed that way.
And we play Brentford.
Ivory Coast. Kessier. So let's see. Will do the work.
Yeah, those players will be disappointed in orange and green that they've not delivered tonight. It's a big game for anybody coming to Wembley. It's just not happened for them.
Oh yeah, you got St Helens versus Leeds.
Super Sunday. West Ham against Everton. That's the early offering.
When's that?
Rice and his teammates have plenty to play for. Followed by Harry Kane and his teammates.
That could be another.
Newcastle, revived Newcastle, of course. So,
That could be another stream.
double header on Sky Sports.
Could be another stream for the World Cup.
Foden.
Yep. So that'll be definitely another. That'll be another stream to do. Give me
Into Kane from Shaw.
another one.
But unlike Ollie Watkins just dropping into these deeper positions.
And we like Belgium, which they tried it last time when we put us with Belgium, and we managed to just make it, and then we ended up getting nearly all the way.
It's a little deflated England really from having that penalty.
And then we got
against
robbed
the
against
second
Croatia.
half overturned,
All,
correctly,
all
in my view.
because of Sterling being a greedy bastard. Because people are still... Yeah,
Easy for Walker Peters.
oh, Dortmund sounds more interesting because I wouldn't even sit through and watch my eye because I can't stand the bass. I can't even stand the cunts.
Smith Rowe, by his own admission, has sharpened himself up, improved his diet. And certainly that's paid dividends, lean and mean to the opposition. Rice. Now short.
England
No.
had some good games though, aren't they, in the Nations League? But can act as warm-up matches.
Yeah, I
still
think
for
we're on Sunday against Atalanta. I think
twice
Napoli,
Hungary.
which ain't gonna be easy. Atalanta ain't.
A few months before the big tournament.
Atalanta
It's been a
Atalanta ain't won't be easy.
advent to the calendar, the Nations League. Competitive football.
Go on England! Oh,
Anyone moving in? In the manner of Watkins to get that tap in. I was wondering where Kane was.
one of my favourite players in MLS plays for that team, and that is Zardes. Zardes.
He's normally there, Kane.
Could have.
Sometimes checking out to the edge of the area is not
Atalanta.
where it would be.
Oh yeah, and we're third. Cronulla Sharks are third, which I never thought I never think we'll be up there because last season we were mostly, yeah.
Connor.
Oi,
Now they're still tussling, hardly getting a touch really. Concentrating.
come on England, get a third and call it good night.
A rare spell for possession and a chance for Pepe for Camera rather to
Come on, defend,
accelerate, and that left Luke Shaw there.
defend, get it out, get it out.
There's a fair bit of Shaw to try and get round, square of shoulder. He couldn't do it.
Well, a rare opportunity to get into the penalty area.
Get it out, out,
Opportunity
out,
to get a goal back.
get it out.
Simon Delhi.
Don't him shoot! Fuck's sake, you Scottish twats!
Clusters of offside, perhaps.
Scotland! Scotland were 2-0 up and they bottled it. It's 2-2.
They would have just gingered up the last 15 minutes.
Ah.
England have got one more change.
We're not live for a very, very long time, I don't think, in the league.
Maguire. Now Minks. Forward by Shaw.
Good player, it's Conor Gallagher.
Will get there.
What?
Matra Ali.
And then it's us.
So, the regular number one in the 4 games they had in the Africa Cup of Nations. Alex.
Slightly, I can, if I wanted to, I can be a cheeky cunt and actually do both.
Here comes Conor Gallagher.
But the only difference is which one would I...
His particular brand of energy. So the last 12 minutes or so.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I would take that game priority over...
Gallagher, really lively performance.
What a save! What a save, Craig Gordon! He went 3-2 down. Short out your defence, you Scottish cunts!
Mitchell starting tonight, he started on Saturday. Conor Gallagher.
I feel sorry for anyone who bet on Scotland to win. You're going to lose your money because Scotland can't defend for shit.
There's another one that's got a real connection, like Grealish, with the supporters. Eye-catching, ambitious play, hardly ever plays a safe pass, always looking to test the opposition.
Let's check Chelsea fit. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see where Chelsea's next live on TV. Here we go. Next time I'm just doing next time we're live on for Premier League, which is not until the 20th of April.
Now Smith Rowe.
And that's one of the games that got called off, which was against Arsenal, because of us in the FIFA Club World Cup. And that's at home.
Very difficult. Having the extra man, but
And
you play again.
we literally play on the Wednesday, and then 4 days later we play at home again against West Ham live on Sky.
Paul Sebastianella having to get a touch or two like that, but not really involved.
And then we play again the following Sunday. After that, we play Everton away.
Breakdown.
So basically, our next, after Brentford, our next 3 Premier League games are all live.
In that respect, they've certainly had their moments, many of them brilliant moments.
Every single one's on Sky.
Here's Gallagher. Smith Rowe. Give a flourish.
And then it's just a Champions League, so on BT.
Double-heading international with Switzerland to put away. Ivory Coast.
Come on, Scotland! Come on, Scotland! Come on, Scotland! Come on, Scotland!
They keep the numbers here, but they're doing it with some pride. And here's Kane. Offside, there was a shout for a penalty before that. That would do for
We'll
him.
try.
Maybe appealing for it, given. I mean, the guy
Yes, because
Edge some time ago. England
Yeah.
lost a bit of zip going forward. Understandable.
I've already said I don't want us to face Man City because you'd have wanted the Chelsea Man City to at least be a final again, because we're like the 2 best teams out of it to get to the final.
a bit of yo-yo club.
But unfortunately, we could cross paths. At least we're not as worse as Liverpool. If they win their game, they're more likely going to be playing Bayern Munich.
Marco Silva, who are heading back to the top. Give them another chance. There'll be a few of getting another promotion. Camera with a throw, trying to keep Watford from the drop. Kessie. Badu. At the back to help Simon Dele, who had that chance. As you said,
Come on, Scotland! Come on, Scotland! Come on, Scotland!
the opportunity to put the ball in the England net. Walker Peters. Now Gallagher.
We're a bunch of people.
Chelsea situation with the sanctions and the potential change of ownership actually affects the Conor Gallagher.
What a legend! What a legend! What a legend! Craig Gordon! What a legend! What a legend!
Taken on by Rice. Once off Chelsea, but under the junior setup, he was released a few days later. Propped up at West Ham, and the rest is history.
Lee, go on!
It's Phil Foden.
Number 2, oh, whoever number 2 is might not know how to defend.
Now he got in a position to add to his tally. Since he's come on tonight. Aaron Mings, Luke Shaw. Which of the names are going to be shouted out during the World Cup?
Oh, Donald.
That's going in November.
Lyndon Dykes is a good player, but just doesn't score as often as you.
Playing better for his club.
He's had a nice quiet night tonight. Hasn't been stretched at all.
Wow, Robert.
Foden.
Yeah, Robinson's not playing in his usual position. He's playing slightly forward.
Determined defending by Ivory Coast players.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So it's very similar to what Thomas Tuchel does at Chelsea. It's just like he'll go backwards when he has to defend. And it's behind him is Kieran Tierney, which is actually not bad because he's not a bad player, but
Just rushed it at the end.
it's only
A bit of acceleration though.
there's only three decent players Scotland have in that team that's playing. That's Tierney, Robertson and McGinn, and that's it. Come on, Scotland! Don't bottle it, or I would be fuming if they scored a third.
Johan Bully is coming on, the son of Roger Bully, nephew of Basil Bully, who breakthrough in French football.
What game's on next?
We felt for him really.
Yeah, he's looked like the hapless figure from West Ham, but
Yeah.
that hasn't been his fault, has it?
Legend!
Bully, a late addition to the squad.
Yeah.
A few minutes at Wembley to put on his CV.
As you mentioned, Basil Bolly, I always think of his head.
It's yeah.
Oh, yes. Tonight, and
You were there.
too.
I was there as well, actually.
I've got one.
1992.
I've got one, but I think it's the best one they've ever had.
But he didn't,
Where they've literally blended in the actual Scotland.
Scratch as far as Psycho was concerned.
What? Ah, I must have got substituted.
Camera.
They're just missing. I'll have to check on. They're missing one player, but if they. Oh, they've not played him. Fuck off. If he's. Oh, you substituted him. What a cunt. And he's one of their best midfielders, Scott McTominay, for Scotland.
Down goes Maguire, Foden, free kick to England.
Number 4. And he's just. So how on earth? Have they managed to concede? Because when he usually plays, they hardly concede. Because he's good. He's good defensively.
Smith Rowe, Shaw. He's come on to try and get in behind.
So it's going to be slightly worrying when they have to come up in June when we have to play Ukraine. If you play like this, you could end up throwing it all away.
I mean, as a coach, you always.
And what makes it even worse, what happens if they play Liam Cooper at the back?
As well. Couple of games in quick succession. Club matches coming up.
That just makes it even worse.
The game's been won for a while.
Yep. And that guy was there with Warrington the other night celebrating.
To come on to the table for possession.
Liam Cooper shite. And I do call him shite. Especially in that Moldova game, that guy had my heart pounding, thinking we're going to concede because of that twat.
Conan getting a bit of attention, suggesting he was fouled.
The only thing is, don't let him celebrate because he tried to do Robbie Keane's celebration and absolutely butchered it. Okay, when he scored the winner against Wolves, he tried to do Robbie Keane's celebration and literally failed. No! Out! Can't! Thank God, offside.
Like a
Oh.
determination from England in the second half. It's what they've done with it, really. That would probably be slightly called into question. Maguire.
We ain't doing out because we are shy. We are bottleless cunts. Bottleless cunts.
Foden.
Portugal are in the World Cup. Poland are in the World Cup.
Here goes Rice. Southgate would like a third goal.
No, because they got beaten by Wales, and if Scotland beat Ukraine, Scotland would then play Wales to go to the World Cup.
Where's the chance? He's still going.
No, if Scotland beat Ukraine, then Scotland then play Wales for a place in the World Cup. But there's, and that match, if they were to have beaten Ukraine that went ahead still, they would have, that game would have been played today. Either Scotland or Ukraine would have played Scotland today. It's according to schedule, but it got called off due to what's going on. So then that's getting played in June, which I don't think is going to happen. No, and even Steve Clark said that he doesn't want Ukraine to have to forfeit it because it's not fair on them to have to forfeit something because of something that one person's done. He wants them to have a fair. He wants them to have a fair chance as everyone else. Yeah. Come on, England. Check. Put it on there. Scotland, you useless bastards. Ooh. Except for yeah, but the only thing the one person that will never get any stick from me will be Craig Gordon. That guy's the edge. Can't believe first ever footballer I ever met was Scottish. Wasn't even English, and I'm surprised by that. Okay. That's why I think, if you're thinking why some of the regulars are not played a lot in these two games, because they're letting people not going to get a chance have a chance. Because then it might give Southgate to think these players deserve to be in the team for the World Cup. So he gives everyone a chance to step their. Yeah, he's gonna play the regular team that played in the Euros for the Nations League, I think. Because that was our best team. Go on! Yes! Yes! Oh, you absolute fish! Oh! Oh, Smith Rowe! Smith Rowe!
Challenge has affected the direction of the shot, whether it was off target anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Smith Rowe! Smith Rowe!
Sorry. Goes off. Paula Kukuk comes on for the last few moments here. Whatever happens in his career, you can say he's got on at Wembley. England's corner.
Go on. Ball in the box. Ming! Ah! Get in. 3-0. Good night. Sylvie. Kiss your ass and good night. It sounds like he's even surprised about scoring that himself. What the fuck? What the fuck? His head just flicks forward. His head just flicks forward.
Not the cleanest of headers, but it'll do.
You're not whipping your hair back and front.
Of course, Gareth Southgate was himself. Tyrone Mings, I mentioned earlier, he spoke up so well for, if you like, the supporting cast. Those trying to get themselves a regular berth in the team. He's been there or thereabouts for a while. It's his 17th cap, it's his second goal he scored away in San Marino, but who didn't? And he's just added a little late gloss. Most of it happened in the first half for Gareth Southgate's side. They scored twice, his captain.
Full time, England 3, Ivory Coast 0. Like, subscribe to the bell, don't forget to post. I'll see you guys on Sunday for the live watch along of Atalanta versus Napoli in Serie A. Like, subscribe.